The police are certain that Kichi caused the fire, but Makiko insists that her son isn't the culprit and she did it all alone. Anzu and Kichi are together gazing at the stars. He gives her his compass and wants her to keep it. The cops call Makiko the next day to inform her that Kichi turned himself in. His brother Shinji finds out as well. Anzu and Yuzu don't think that Kichi set the fire and that Makiko is forcing him. The sisters head to her house to uncover the truth. A young Yuzu saw Makiko on the day of the fire when she was inside the closet. Makiko reveals that she was returning their mom's clothes and all the jewelry she stole. But when she saw little Yuzu, she panicked and ran. She forgot to return the sweater. That evening, Makiko learned that the house caught fire, and that's why she smiled, because she believed that God had pardoned all of her sins. As Makiko and Anzu argue, Makiko accidentally sets the dining room table on fire. Anzu tries to douse it, then Shinji steps in and starts screaming. As he puts it out using his cardigan, he ends up burning his arm. He finally confesses that he was responsible for their house burning. On the day of the fire, he saw the girl's mother's sweater at his house, so he decided to return it. He then saw the pot with lots of meat in it, and so he turned on the stove to heat it up. But he accidentally set the kitchen on fire. He tried to put it out, but then he just ran away and covered his head with the sweater. He adds that he chose to become a doctor that everyone admired as atonement for the things he did. He apologizes to the girls, but they don't accept it and urge him to say sorry to their mother. Satsuki thanks him for his honesty and forgives him. She promises to always carry on thinking of him fondly. Later, Satsuki confides in her daughter Anzu that she is glad to know that she turned off the gas stove that day. She thanks Anzu for always believing in her. A young Kichi thought his mother was the arsonist, but he noticed his brother's socks were blackened, so he thought he was involved too. He pretended that he didn't know anything more. Then his world got turned around by Anzu, and he realized that he had to stop running. Anzu tells Makiko that she always thought she was the one who burned their house down and let her mom carry all that guilt for years. But now she realizes that Makiko is just a weak person. Anzu then confesses to Kichi that she fell in love with him and wants them to live together. He hugs her and confesses that he loves her too. 3 months later, Makiko's divorce has been settled and she still has her brand. Shinji ended up not being held criminally responsible since he was under 14 years old when he set the fire. He asks Osamu to let him work there. At first he refuses, but Ichihara convinces him and reminds him that they are short on staff. Yuzu texts him saying he'd better become a great doctor, and he replies thanking her. Yuzu got a job at a staffing agency and she's putting her communication skills to good use. Satsuki's health improved a lot and the family got their peaceful daily life back. Anzu started working with Claire. She narrates that she chose to plunge herself into the great darkness because she only wanted to find out the truth. She urges us to trust our own compass to guide us to whatever star we're seeking. Kichi and Anzu are still living together. They meet halfway and talk about what they're gonna cook for dinner.